I think it's amazing how God uses us, okay? And I say the gods because there's a God that reigns over every element, over every aspect of life, okay? And so it's like this one right here is the one that sent you to bring light to someone's life, okay? Is that energy. You were sent to bring light to someone's life and also to test them to see if they were ready to be upgraded, if they were ready to be ranked higher, because it's that time. I heard every 5 to 10 years. Okay, so yeah. And that godly energy will use someone that you least expect, and they'll come out of nowhere and be like, wait, wow, you just did a thing for me, thank you. Sometimes they don't say thank you though, unfortunately. It's unfortunate for them, not you. You did your job. Okay? So you don't have to worry about anything. So yeah, that's the channeled message I got. That is the spirit message. Good day, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Milk Honey Rose. I am Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. So yeah, you were selected for the task because you inherently know what to do in these circumstances, because you've learned on your own, in your own life, and you're compassionate. You have the heart for it. That's the big part of it. You have the heart for it. I heard the one with the golden heart holds the chalice and gets access to the scrolls. Okay? The ones with the golden hearts hold the chalice and get access to the scrolls. So you get access to the main course and everyone else gets the sides. I don't know why I heard it like that, but I just said how I heard it. So you get access to what the bigger picture, what's most important. Okay? That's what you get access to. Because you're ready for it, you're prepared, you're responsible. A lot of people can't do this type of work spiritually because they're irresponsible. Many people have the gift and they use it to harm people instead of, influence God's work into the world. They don't use it for the right purposes. So a lot of people get their gifts taken away from them, kind of like let me see, a surgeon. I don't know why I'm getting this scenario, which is kind of wild, but a surgeon that decided to party, so they were sniffing them lines and then go and do surgery on people. Somebody found out, had evidence, took a test, they failed it, they lost their license. So they had the power, now they don't have the power. The power got taken away from them because they were very irresponsible. And it's the same type of situation with spiritual authority, spiritual gifts. A lot gets taken away from you when you mistreat the gift. So the gifts are given to those who can interpret them, to utilize them. But as soon as you start misusing them, a lot gets taken away. So you were sent as an angel in disguise to be there for those who needed you. And many times, especially if you're on social media, you don't even know who you're helping through some really challenging times. You don't even know because they might not ever tell you. And it's okay. It would be nice if you knew. It would be nice. However, it's just like that. It's just one of those things. But the point is that you're doing what has been placed on you to do. You're doing what you've been told to do spiritually. So it's like you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing by giving those words of life when there's so many words of death being just scattered everywhere on a regular basis. Okay? Now, you were sent in the lives of individuals that you ended up falling in love with or falling for, or just having a lot of appreciation for at the time, because things were good when they were good until they went bad. They spoiled. Okay, now I'm getting a lot of these individuals may be spoiled. They have a spoiled mindset. So in their mind, it's like they can't, like, how can I say it? In their mind, their expectations do not align with their actions, I'm getting. So what they want, they would not give. They don't know how to reciprocate. Even if it's not equivalent in the same way of what they receive, they wouldn't give. And if you are one who has a desire to receive, you should also be one who is willing to give. Just like if you want to be a teacher, you have to be able to sit down and be taught. It's the same type of energy that I'm picking up on here. So you were sent to them to show them something different, to give them the opportunity to change their ways. And many of them for you refused. Okay? They refused. Once they refuse, all you must do is remove yourself from their energy. That's it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything more. You've done what you were meant to do. And build up your strength to be able to let go. Okay? Because these are the types of situations that one can get all tied up into and become too invested. And when you become too invested into the position, it reminds me of somebody taking a job too seriously and things go wrong for them. Okay? Yes, take it serious, don't get me wrong. But there's a point where you must stop. You don't keep going if you're recognizing that what you're giving is not being accepted or appreciated. You must stop in those moments when you have that recognition, because it becomes a waste of your time and energy, and you end up becoming the one who is drained and stressed and the one who is feeling down and out, when that is not the purpose. The purpose is to get in and get out. Now, if you can get in and stay there, that's a blessing, because that means that the person passed the test. So Spirit will allow them to stay with you. And they will allow you to be able to continue to be with them. But when they don't pass that test, you can't be around them. You'll destroy yourself. And that's what happens to a lot of earth angels, because they get stuck with these energies that they were sent. Yes, they were sent to help them, but you were also supposed to get out of there if they did not pass the test. Because many times you're just a test. And the reward that many of these individuals would get if they did right by you is you. You are the reward. Yep. That's how it goes. However, if you don't recognize that and you stay with those types of energies, they destroy you. Slowly but surely, you'll be done for. And you won't even remember what it feels like to laugh and be happy, because you remain silent with an energy that is slowly destroying you. And that's not what you're so highly ranked for. You have such a high rank spiritually because you are meant to literally save people's souls that are willing to listen. But if they don't listen, you leave them alone. You leave them alone. You know what you're meant to do. You know who you are. You know what you could do for a person in their life. Because if you are tapped in spiritually and you connect on that level, you know what you do for people. You understand your job. Now, if you are Earth Angel and you don't know, it's time for you to do some more self-reflection so you can heal past pains and hurt and all those things, because it distorts your view of yourself. And then that leads you to stay in situations that you already know don't feel good. And that alone is the indicator that it's time to move on, because that person no longer is suitable for you. Sometimes that's sad too. Sometimes you could be in deep love with somebody. You could love them so much. You could fall out of love with them because you grow and they stay the same. And I think those are the saddest ones, the saddest situations because they happen. You know, you grow and that person stays the same. They haven't elevated. You know, they can't show you something that you never seen before because they're not doing anything. They're not working on themselves. They're just like probably just having fun and just like, you know, and there's nothing wrong with having fun. But there's a journey that your soul is supposed to go through. And if your soul does not go through that journey, you won't be someone who walks with substance. You won't be someone that can give advice and help people to see things in a different way. You won't have that. You'll just be like a person that's just here but not really doing much of anything. Almost like lifeless and just floating about. But your soul is not really gaining what it has come here to gain. So that's another rough aspect of the truth that could happen, and it happens to many. So yeah, this is just one of those situations where you live and you learn. So when the ones that you put your love into push you away or mistreat you or try to play with you like they play with all the others, because clearly they haven't learned their lesson yet, they don't get ranked. They don't get ranked up. They don't improve. They don't spiritually graduate. They fall back. They get left behind. And they will feel that energetically and emotionally. They will feel it. They might not know what they're feeling because they haven't had the chance or given themselves a chance to learn and understand. But they will feel it. They're going to feel like a lot is wrong. And then things around them will start to go wrong. Because they have to take the class all over again. And nobody knows how long that's going to take. That could be a whole 5 years, another 10 years, just until they could prove that they get it, whatever that lesson is. But just know that you did your job and that's all you needed to do. Just make sure that you remove yourself when it's time. Don't hold on to something just off the strength of you feeling bad for somebody. There's only so much of that can go around. Okay, you don't have no more of that left. So you did your part by, giving what you had to give, which it could have been their saving grace, but they chose to mistreat it and push it away and call themselves like just not complying because they want to continue to live that lifestyle that's actually destroying them. So let them do what they do. Not even let them, just leave them, because they have to continue on with their life. And if that's what they choose, that's what they choose. That's their lot. So they must work with that because that's what they selected. Okay, so that's it for this message. If you deem this energy as suitable to continue to walk with you on your spiritual journey, drop it down in the comments below. I declare this is an aspect of my love. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you feel in my vibe, especially if this message does resonate with you. To book a healthy conversation, you can by visiting www.milkhoneyRose.org. Also, you can join the membership here on YouTube to gain access to additional content. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.